call me fuego. 93 like me. Fire in the sheets, spending summers on the sea. It's okay though, she know way home. Better feel life on the day.
Look, guys, all I'm saying is just buckle up.
It's boring.
And prepare.
It's nice standard boring.
We're probably gonna get it again.
Yes.
Well, you know, the problem is that neither team has really, you know, won.
Yeah.
Consistently. So there's no reason for anybody to pull off.
I mean, other than the fact that they're both struggling to really get a lot of points from this map. Yeah. I think that's a pretty good reason to pull off. But no, I definitely see your point. Whereas
who cares? You don't need points on this map.
True. Yeah.
All you need is a win, right?
I mean, good luck getting a win with just one 303 member running around without any vehicle or.
Well, look at these gas cans actually bail.
Look, there it is. See this? Thank you. Gas cans are finally leaving. They're realizing that's it. There are 2 more Miramar maps to go. Let's try and make more of it. But is that?
Are they actually
22?
22?
Yeah, are they? Okay, maybe they're going a little further north.
Yeah. Okay, they're going to pull off a little bit. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it doesn't really matter, I guess, if your gas can's 303, especially if your gas cans and you think, you know, we like our chances on getting our dubs on Erangel. You know, we loot up in military base. If we get a military circle, we like our chances. I don't know why they would. They've been terrible on military circles lately. But, you know, I mean, maybe that's the play. Maybe that's the idea. Who knows? Either way, 303 gets the dub, and they can shoot their guns in celebration, knowing that they have water treatment, or power grid, rather, all to themselves. As we see gas cans running away with their tails between their legs.
Clown carring it in truck, but no one else is around them to really punish this. Circle number 1 revealed itself on the east side, and would you have it, Dignitas are already on a huge 1-1-1-1 split. They're not going to hold this still. It's just very, very
for sure.
A nice example of how they've been trying to approach a number of these games.
Rotating around here on your mini-map, and a few of these splits may end up getting caught out. And Akreshe will get one down, but immediately get traded as Balkan actually running over his own player here. Kaishin going to take advantage. They had no idea. Gubin will save the day. Where's the rest of Akreshe? You can see they're in vehicles trying to make a crash here on the side. And
but Dignitas, they're stopping Anwan's already taking a little bit of damage. He's, and the seat swap didn't go far enough, trying to find the angle to stop the revive. And it is still Gubin as the lone player, but Dignitas want to get saucy in this engagement. A good few grenades being tossed out, and at the very least, Gubin is forced inside. So Anwan going to be cleaning up the bodies on the floor in front of him. And where is Bruxo coming from?
In the end, that's three kills picked up by Akreshe. Does it matter in the end? I'm not sure. There's only 2 up for him here. They've got to deal with Gubin. Grenade not going to find the window as Gubin just going to hang out in the high ground here. I think And1 has figured out where he is. He's going to try to do a little bit of a Batman leap down the 1v1 between Brucho, and he's going to find him. Well played there by Akreshe, but they do lose V8Z and Kaishin in the process.
Yes, but in Rage, they just won a game and immediately get taken out in last place. They got a few kills that you mentioned, but they're going to be sitting on the sidelines. Elsewhere, Dignitas and E United both around this very, very same area, but they have more high ground positions overlooking that stretch, and Valley 8 is falling away, Sparkingg with a couple of long-range shots, and the grenades are coming in onto what his previous position just was.
Yeah, I think Valley 8's got to read this. Waldo going to come and provide him a little bit of support to make sure he can get away. But, you know, this is Valley 8's job. He's the scout. He goes out to find out where people are, gets that information, and feeds it over to the rest of his team. The rest of his team decides what to do. Sonics, meanwhile, will push on to Veritas. This fight's been going on for a little bit here. Michael very, very low. Danny trying to peek the corner.
He gets one, but immediately traded out by H-Win, and that's going to be a confirm on that player. Still one member of Veritas remaining, Michael on the top floor, but he has been eating Molotov after grenade, but he has the meds to get back up to full. Grenades more tossing out, but it's not going to be enough to stop the revive on Mime.
Yeah, just falling. Oh, actually,
okay.
It's okay. Not sure that must have been. I mean, he only had about 2 HP, so you know a strong gust of wind was going to knock him over, and in the end, it actually does. Michael Not really anything to follow up on it with, though. The smokes are down. He's going to get on the high ground. He's going to spot out Shrimzy. Gets one knock, but no, it's not going to be enough. And fortunately for Sonics, nobody else really around to capitalize off of that.
And H-Win, I was wondering where Sonics lost a player in the meantime. H-Win was still just holding flank, holding point, and was helping give that information. So they stay as 4. Veritas deleted now. 14 teams remaining. Looking at Latin Dominus, trying to reposition their area on the west side. The shift does swing once again down towards the northwest. Oath with a really good center position, and once again, a lot of high ground to punish the teams around them.
They're going to have a lot of information about where all these teams are as well, which is huge. As we see a few teams trying to hop into vehicles, make a little bit of a wrap south, but the southern side, there's not much of an entrance there between Troglodytes and SSG and Dignitas. We see United taking a few shots through here at Sonic. Shrimzy going to make sure that Cherry knows, hey, I can hit those too. As United still trying to figure out the route that they want to take in.
Sonics could try and block them out. But again, you don't want to be overcommitting onto this because they still need to get into the circle themselves. And now it's United just has to wait for them to try and move out. Not looking over here. Dodge with a little bit of a split across that channel, across that valley. But now they need to push down towards the south. They have 2 members across the road to get up close to Zray and the rest of Wildcard. And that's where you like the overwatch from the teams on the north side. But I think Wildcard is going to leave this. They're just going to try and get out of this situation. They don't like this fight. It's not even inside the circle, so what's the real value?
It's not a great fight, but the further they move closer to the circle, the higher chance they might have of getting third party by TSM. We'll keep an eye on it as Dodge still just running around just under the noses of Wildcard. Hala Senpai and Lampalot were left on the high ground on the north side of that trench. We're taking a few shots over in that direction, but don't find anything. Uh-oh! E-United try to make the crash onto Sonics, and it is not working.
Listen, if you try and seat swap onto Tiggleton, you're going to have to do a better job than him. He's basically the one who kind of invented that, or at least made a big show of it at the beginning. So he knows all the tips and tricks in the book, and he's now going to show them how it's done in his vehicle. They know where Los is.
They do indeed. You can see H-Win also just to the south of this, running around, creeping around Los. We'll peek up over the edge, get an idea of where these guys are. Prime the grenade, cook the grenade, throw the grenade, do a little damage. He's going to find Tig. And now the second grenade will come through as well, but he's going to take some damage from HoneyBadger.
That forces Los away. That allows Sonics to stabilize, get the revive onto Tiggleton, but they still know where he is, and I think they're all just barely inside the circle flash to stop a potential peek. But I think Los just going to want to wait for Sonics to move, but with a circle that shifts in the direction that it did towards the east, they have a bit of time to play with to get this barb out of their side.
Yes, indeed. They do eventually might have to worry about Troglodytes, who are just outside of circle and just off to their south, but Trog taking shots over towards SSG. Los not going down easy, but he does go down in the end. Shrimzy should be red. No, Lampalot. Dodge, find an angle, and what an angle it is. Is Lampalot going to hit the big mini shots?
It's not even that clean of an angle as you mentioned. He had maybe a couple of pixels over the top of that ridge, but that is going to slow down Sonic's continued approach. Unfortunately, unable to get the revive onto Shrimzy as he does get finished down. Tiggleton prone, trying to heal up. And I think Troglodytes would have been a bigger threat to them if it wasn't for this approach by SSG. The blue has started to move in. And SSG, are they aware that they're right next to Troglodytes?
Oh, yeah.
They have to be.
Oh, yeah. Troglodytes and SFG have been trading shots for quite some time here. SSG, there's not really a whole lot of real estate on the southern. I mean, the whole southern side of the new circle is open, but it's kind of crap. I mean, there's a compound there that they could play, and I think they realize that, and I think they realize it's open. But they would love to take care of Troglodytes first as we check in with Dodge after peppering Sonics from range. They're going to find themselves pushing right into Dignitas. Dignitas holding strong, though, right off the bat. And you look at this, you got a Crochet off to the south, Wildcard off to the north. It's a four-way party in the eastern side of the circle.
Sparkingg gets a little bit too confident as he pushes out into rushing members of Dodge. Hello Senpai did go down to the Sonics of all people. I think Sparkingg just barely is going to get revived. Pieces of utility thrown in. But Poonage is here on the wrap, trying to go and push into the garage himself, and this might be it for Dodge, but the flash stalls Poonage's approach at least for a second.
An unfortunate grenade. Finna will find him, though. Poonage goes down, gets wiped. The nicely placed Molotov. It looks like Finna will get out of that in time. We'll have to immediately heal off, but Shinboi not pushing just yet. Sparkingg has another grenade, another trouble. If he can hit the right angle here, it could be easy. Finna takes some more damage from that grenade. HoneyBadger still working on the outside, having to be careful here. And meanwhile, TSM and gas cans fighting off in the north.
Niku's trying to heal up, but Alo is holding the spray. Dodge are eliminated, as well as gas cans, as Alo finishes them all up, the close-quartered king himself. And you can see Shinboi as well, dancing over the body of his slain enemies. Chocolatitas go down in the kill feed, not to SSG, but to Akreche, who are holding a more central position, actually right next to neighbors to Dignitas' now reclaimed solidified land.
Chocolatitas tried to make that run. As you said, end up going down to the Akreche boys. As we see the new circle has popped, and it is not great for anybody, really. Wildcard going to make the crash over onto TSM on the north side. Meanwhile, Oath has just been picked apart, nickeled and dimed from every which way. Now down to just Relo, as Relo will take the long-range shots over towards SSG. He's got Keaton on his doorstep. Try to go for the res here to see if they can keep two up a little bit longer.
Just barely made it in time. Balefrost was a millisecond away from dying. Deflens, unfortunately, is negative seconds away from dying, as he does get finished out by Latin Dominus. They've been a little wounded themselves, I believe. Yeah, losing a player, still only standing with 3 up. And now on the northern side, as Phase 5 did shift towards the center. Everyone's going to have to move in the same similar fashion. The center of the circle is quite empty, but yeah, it's a lot of fighting here on the north side. Not a few compounds to play around with, which means everyone can third-party each other.
Dignitas will find Draven, get the quick knock and flush. TSM, I think, realizing what's going on their east side. They also have to worry about 303 making a crash on the west. They've got this great ridge line to work with, but you can see on your minimap, it is just outside of the circle. They're going to have to do something about Wildcard to make their way in here. Meanwhile, Latin Dominus, they win the fight. Haven't lost the war just yet, as they're going to go for these reses. Alo back on TSM.
Ooh. I was going to say, he didn't look sure what Zealot was, but Penta's going to spot him out, throws a Molotov on his position. And now Purdy, eyes on T-Sock. Artillery comes in, but it's going to be the Mark 14 that finds the knock.
Dirty. Absolutely filthy stuff. And now Zealot will try to get one. He does manage to get the knock on Alo. Can't get the flush just yet. Penta, these sprays, not finding a home just yet. Penta will clean it up, though. That'll do it for Wildcard.
But the blue,
can Purdy hold 303? No, he can't. Purdy's job was to try to keep 303 at bay, but he immediately gets taken out. Now Faishka has found the angle. He'll steal the knock onto Alo, and it's all down to Penta.
TSM were trying to maintain control of the northern side, but 303 were not allowing it. I think Dignitas as well, having left the compound push towards the north, they were definitely going to punish anyone coming from this direction, and now Penta is forced to play as a solo. Has done amazing solo clutch plays previously, but with this many teams alive, we're still looking at 8 teams, 21 players. It's going to be really, really difficult. He is hoping for a northern shift.
Quite a few 3-man squads left up.
That's not north.
The only 4-man squad being SSG, and they get a little bit of a circle shift here as they can work the south side of that junkyard. Akreche and Sonics don't necessarily have to leave just yet. They could play it safe, try to play it till late game. Meanwhile, Latin Dominus, 303, Dignitas, all on this northern side, all having to make their way in. And then there's also that wild card factor of Penta. You never know what that solo player can do.
SSG, as you mentioned, holding on the south side, waiting for Latin Dominus to maybe push into their angle. Keenan is holding a wide flank, warming up his little tushy with the static from the blue, as he is trying to give SSG every single angle that they would want. Back here on the north side, HoneyBadger is retreating away. They know that Penta is there. They know that there is a solo player behind them, but they cannot focus so hard on one individual threat and give up spacing for that. Latin Dominus not wanting to push into SSG. They push into 22 instead, but the result is the same.
Only so much they could do there, and unfortunately they do go down. That's going to open up the door here for SSG to try to rain some good throwables down, and Roth going to be landing them, but Feiska will find him from range, and Roth gets taken down and immediately flushed as the angles, the lines of sight are all over the place. The flippy car will narrowly avoid Ace-10 and Raji Wow. You can see Biznaga also trying to hold. There's Feiska, the high ground where he found that angle onto Roth. And now SSG, they're down to 3 as well.
This is really hard for 22 because they want to hold off SSG, but 303 going to have a high ground angle over both of these squads. And so there's not a lot of movement that 22 can really utilize, but fortunately 303 pushing by the blue just the same. They're not going to crush it. And I say fortunately, I don't think that's still a great scenario for 22 because they're going to have SSG from the south and 303 from the west. In the meantime, Penta still crawling forward, using smoke to stay alive. That is, of course, going to be continuing to signal his position, but I think Dignitas was fairly aware of it already. And there are the shots come through. HoneyBadger's going to finish them out.
Just the smallest gap in the smoke, and that's all it's going to take. HoneyBadger cleaning it up nicely as 303 being very aggressive here on the western side, pushing into 22. They will find one. Biznaga and Heston will still try to hold off this push. Feiska knocked down to about half HP, but Hayes-10 goes down. H11 Jr. going to take some big damage from Civ. Feiska going to go down as well. That's going to be Sparkingg doing the damage that time. Dignitas has the entire north side of this circle to work with, and they're finding these angles.
They're really want to finish off Biznaga, but that's not going to be allowed. Biznaga holds the line for 22. 303 are deleted with help from Dignitas, but here come SSG. He has no time to breathe in this moment. The circle shift, however, might give SSG a little bit of shall we say, momentum, a little bit of, what's the word? I'm totally flaking here. Suggestion?
Hushba. Chutzpah. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, there's
Nah, they're going to go for the kill anyway. They're not going to try and pull away. They're not going to try and get to the circle. They're going to try and take this one player out, and there it goes.
Goodbye.
Goes down to Sparkingg, but still, SSG pushed them to that position, and now they can continue on their route here from the southern side, but Sonic's pulling away from the compound to try and hold point.
Players briefly reveal themselves. No knocks coming through just yet, though. Waiting to see where the next circle decides to push. Okay.
Oh, he gets it.
Center up, and okay, we'll find a win. Good shooting from Sparkingg. The Molotov follow-up coming through. Tiggleton looks like he's going to spot out Sparkingg. Nice shots landed, and that's going to push Sparkingg back. That might open up enough for Tiggleton to get this res onto H-Win.
But Uncivil heard the fight, and actually Sharpshot is coming down to group up with him because of this shift. They're pulling away from that top position. And Sparkingg, he healed up himself. He's going to be able to fall away. Tiggleton with a grenade out just in case Sparkingg was still holding that corner. But Dignitas, they're not spreading out way too much. And the team that we haven't talked about is Akreche. They've been holding closest to center for a while now. They have just been trying to stay low, stay quiet, hope for everyone else to fight it out. Tiggleton! It's not even SSG, it's Sonics that find the first knock.
I mean, this is Sonics. This is Sonics playing with confidence. This is Sonics playing with a win. They just take the game into their own hands and start running through the lobby. Meanwhile, SSG, they had nowhere else to go. They're going to send it to the wall. Keenan gets up to it. Sharpshot does not. Akreche and one FPS finding that knock instantly. Can't get the flush just yet, though. Keep in mind, Uncivil still has that high ground.
Keenan trying to hold the wall. There it is. Rucho's able to find the angle with the hole in the fence to finish off Sharpshot. But it is still 2 up for SSG. Uncivil still on the high ground, and it's going to be Sonics that pushes in as well. Akreche now attacked by multiple fronts in the hard cover that they have.
Civ lands some damage onto Tegan, not enough to get the knock, however, as the blue has arrived. He's going to take some big blue damage, and no, he gets shot by HoneyBadger. And that is enough to let him go down to the blue. The kill will get picked up by Shinboi, so another point over into the pockets of Dignitas. And now Keenan all by himself playing the wall, but the wall is closer to the dot, Cam.
Keep in mind, This is going to be the first time that a team wins 2 games. Everyone here has already won a game so far.
Yes, they
and
have.
They want that second. They want to confirm first place. Sonics especially, they want to make sure that it stays in their hands, but if anyone else wins it, they're going to immediately jump over them.
Dignitas was able to get their res, so they are back up to 3 strong. They have that north side, the warehouse, but look at the angle that Tig has onto this. The smokes are down. We'll see if Sonics can do some damage. Keenan, as we said, only down to 1, but look, he's got the best position in the circle, really.
Yeah, but Dignitas, they're at the fence. They can now keep the line of sight broken from Sonics and Akreche. They can push onto his position and hold this down.
Well played by Dignitas. Good read of the situation. Sonics, I think, feeling like they know what's going on. They're going to keep throwing those flashbangs over the top. H-Win and Tiggleton.
Ooh, watch
very capable. SSG down as and one will finish off Keenan. You can see the Molotovs being placed right along the fence line here to make things a little bit more difficult for the Dignitas boys. Utility on the move here. Tig, quick with it, will find Shinboi, and he is down into the smoke cloud through the wall. HoneyBadger will find 1, but Tig trades it immediately back.
They had to leave the high ground. The blue is pushing them that way, but they can't get behind the wall. Tiggleton is forced out into the blue, and he's taking too much damage from the zone and the Molotov, and that's going to be another kill for Dignitas. HoneyBadger is unable to get revived at the moment. It's a 2-on-2 finish between Dignitas and Akreche. A lot of damage onto Sparkingg, but he's alive for now as Bruxo are going to be pushing off.
Well, Sparkingg will go down. Bruxo will find 1. No! Shinboi! 1v2! Dignitas with a 13-kill win!
It was a chaotic finish for all the teams involved. No one had secure control of this game. And it's going to be Shinboi that comes out with the clutch. Dignitas that comes out with the second win. They are now in the lead. It took us 8 games, but we finally have our 2-time winner.
8 games.
Yeah.
8 games it took, and Dignitas is going to be the one.